The Vanishing of Sarah Carter, a small town's dark secret. Welcome back to the channel, where we dive deep into the most chilling true crime stories. Today, we're unraveling the mystery of Sarah Carter, a 24-year-old woman who vanished from her quiet hometown in 2012. Sarah was the kind of person who lit up a room. She was kind, ambitious, and loved by everyone who knew her. But on a seemingly ordinary June morning, she stepped out of her house and into the unknown. For years, her disappearance baffled investigators and tore her family apart. As the layers of this case were peeled back, a dark and twisted secret emerged, one that would shock the entire community and leave everyone questioning how well they knew their neighbors. Before we begin, hit that like button and subscribe for more true crime content. Let's dive into the story of Sarah Carter and the mystery that still haunts her hometown today. On the morning of June 15, 2012, Sarah Carter left her house to meet a friend for coffee. It was a routine she had followed countless times before. She waved goodbye to her roommate, grabbed her bag, and headed out the door. She was last seen walking down Maple Street, a quiet, tree-lined road that led to the heart of town. But Sarah never arrived at the cafe. When her friend called to ask where she was, there was no answer. By that evening, her family knew something was terribly wrong. The police were called, and a search began immediately. At first, they thought she might have run away, maybe she needed a break from the pressures of life. But Sarah's family knew better. She had no reason to disappear. She was happy, with a promising career, a loving family, and a close-knit group of friends. She had even been planning a trip to Europe that summer. Everything in her life pointed to a bright future, until that fateful morning. As the days turned into weeks, the question on everyone's mind was, what happened to Sarah Carter? Was it an accident? A crime? Or something even more sinister? The investigation into Sarah's disappearance was one of the largest in the town's history. Police combed through nearby forests, drained local ponds, and interviewed over 100 people. Volunteers from the community joined the search, hoping to find any trace of her. But despite their efforts, there were no leads, no witnesses, no fingerprints, no trace of Sarah. It was as if she had vanished into thin air. Her family held on to hope, organizing vigils and plastering the town with missing posters. But as the weeks turned into months, the case grew cold. The police had no suspects, no motive, and no evidence to work with. The town, once united in their search, began to lose hope. Sarah's family, however, refused to give up. They knew someone out there had the answers. They just had to find them. What would you do if you were in charge of this investigation? Let me know in the comments below. Then, in 2015, a shocking tip came in. A local man claimed to have seen Sarah arguing with someone on the night she disappeared. The description matched a well-known figure in the community, a respected businessman named James Miller. Miller was a pillar of the town, known for his generosity and charm. He owned several local businesses and was admired by many. But could someone so beloved by the town really be involved in Sarah's disappearance? The tip reignited the investigation, and soon, more details began to surface. Witnesses came forward, revealing that Sarah had been planning to expose Miller's illegal activities. She had discovered something dark, something that could ruin his reputation and his life. Was her disappearance an attempt to silence her forever? Just when everyone thought the case was closed, a new suspect emerged. But the truth was even more horrifying than anyone could have imagined. As investigators dug deeper, they uncovered a web of lies. James Miller had a history of violence, hidden behind his charming facade. Witnesses revealed that he had been involved in illegal activities for years, using his businesses as a front. Sarah had stumbled upon his secrets, and she was planning to expose him. But before she could, she vanished. The more the police investigated, the more they realized how deeply Miller was connected to the town's underbelly. He had friends in high places, and many were reluctant to speak out against him. But Sarah's family refused to back down. They pushed for answers, determined to find out what had happened to their daughter. This case took a turn no one saw coming. What do you think happened to Sarah? Share your theories in the comments. The trial of James Miller was a media sensation. The prosecution presented damning evidence, including phone records and witness testimonies. They argued that Miller had a motive to silence Sarah and that his alibi didn't hold up under scrutiny. But the defense fought back, claiming there was no concrete proof linking Miller to Sarah's disappearance. The jury was left with an impossible decision. For Sarah's family, the trial was a rollercoaster of emotions. They sat in the courtroom day after day, hoping for justice. But as the days dragged on, they began to fear that the truth might never come out. Would justice be served, or would Sarah's family be left without answers? In the end, James Miller was found guilty of obstruction of justice, but the question of what happened to Sarah remains unanswered. Her family continues to fight for closure, and the case remains open to this day. Every year, on the anniversary of her disappearance, they hold a vigil in her memory, hoping that one day, they will find the answers they so desperately seek. If you have any information about Sarah's disappearance, please contact the authorities, and don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more true crime spectrum. Until next time, stay safe and stay curious.